here we are. These puppies just fell asleep maybe 10 minutes ago. But yeah, no, I wasn't planning on filming, but I mean, what an opportunity. Puppies and acotar in one video. What's not to love about that? Look at them. They're so cute. I'll introduce y'all a little bit. So cute. So cute. Here's Mama Fibbity, my sister's little Frenchie. Having a little snooze, she deserves it. And I'm also accompanied by Isa, the most wonderful, sweetest rot on the planet. She is so good with the pups, aren't ya? So good with them. Yeah. I am over for the entire day here watching my sister's French bulldogs, 8 puppies, 4 boys and 4 girls, and they're all sleeping at the moment. I ordered myself some breakfast since I forgot my breakfast at home. So I'm gonna dig into this here in just a minute. I got a California bowl, in case you're curious. Yeah, I'm gonna be here till about 9 o'clock tonight. It's a little after 9 a.m. now. And I brought a quart of silver flames with me. If you missed my last video, which was my first book-related video on this channel, discussed briefly in there that I only really have time to read at nights, like before bed. I had a long week, to be fair, but also I've just been dragging ass with this book. Not because I don't want to finish it. I honestly do. I love Nesta, the FMC in this book, but it's been a struggle bus dealing with pretty much almost every other character. I've taken long breaks here and there. I shouldn't say long, but like a couple days here and there of not reading at all. Just because like I've gotten to certain points where I'm like too triggering or too horrifying, I gotta walk away, which doesn't normally happen with me, with any books. And I've had some other critiques of the acotar series, but it's reading very Stockholm syndrome-y to me. I brought this with me because I'm assuming that the puppies will probably be sleeping quite a bit. So maybe I can finally finish this today. Could be just a lofty goal, but I am now on page 620, chapter 60. And I think this is like a little over 750 pages. Of course, be sharing some cute puppy content while I'm here, because I figure who doesn't love some cute little French bulldog puppies? They are absolutely adorable. This is like one of my favorite breakfasts ever. Hash browns mixed with egg and avocado, tomatoes, and all sorts of yummy goodness. Mila's at home today. If you're new around here, Mila is my special needs pup. She's very upset that I left, but she'll be with my dad off and on today, so she won't be by herself, so that's good. Perfection. Oh, stop it, sugar.
About an hour and 27 minutes.
We got one little oatmeal, who's just been crazy and refusing to eat. Oatmeal, hey, oatmeal, hey, come here. Oh, come here, oatmeal. Yes, yes. Show everybody how cute you are and sassy you are. Yeah, see, I'm a little brat. Yeah, yeah. Okay. My ears are up. I'm the only one that has the ears up now. Yes, I look like a little bat. I am so darn cute, though. I'm so darn cute. I'm just really naughty. I'm really naughty. Oh, me's the only one going crazy.
default dynamic.
Everybody else
is thwarting terrorist activities and terrorist attacks here and overseas against our citizens.
This little naughty guy.
And it also includes
This little naughty guy.
espionage, which is running rampant.
He's just going nuts. Hey, oatmeal. Hi. Hi, little cutie. Hi, little cutie. Hi, little cutie. Hello. Not to you, Mila, to them. The infamous German Shepherd head tilt. Yes, you are. You're so cute. So it's been a little over a day since I last checked in with you guys. I didn't end up getting to do too much reading while I was puppy sitting all day because puppies are a lot of work. Even when I had downtime when they were sleeping, I was picking up puppy poop. I was running the washer. I was cleaning puppy bowls. So, you know, I just kept moving around. So I only ended up reading about like 30 pages all day long, which is not much at all. I passed out when I got home because I thought, oh, maybe I'll read some more that evening. Did not happen. I am now up to chapter 68, page 683. No, I can't math. I've got maybe like 75-ish, give or take a couple pages to go. I would love to finish this. I did not want to enter into February still reading this book, but here we are. I want to make sure to let any newbie subscribers or even old subscribers who want to stick around, I hope, and watch more of my reading vlogs. I won't be giving away spoilers. I think what I'll do is, because I'm a very slow reader, there's no point in me doing like a monthly wrap up to discuss just one book. Usually I do read more than one book a month, but still, it's not a ton. I'm thinking maybe of doing like a quarterly wrap up of the books I've been reading throughout the year and reserving any spoilers for those particular videos. And of course, I will give fair warning if I do discuss any spoilers. I know it's better late than never to be bringing that up, but in case people are curious, I tried to get out some of my thoughts earlier. I will do my best to keep it spoiler free. There's certain events that have happened in the last 1/3 of this book, which I totally anticipated because that seems to always happen in a Sarah J. Maas book. All the action-packed stuff that unravels is always reserved for the last like 100 pages or so. And I'm definitely in the thick of that now. I really have not had a good time with this, and it has nothing to do with the FMC. I love Nesta. I'm just struggling with everything else that's going on around her, including the romance. That's all I'm gonna say for now. I'm not sure how much at the moment Mila, my dog, is gonna let me read. Usually the only time she lets me read is like when I crawl into bed at night. Try to like lounge and read at all. She like thinks she's got to be throwing toys at me and wanting to play. Like she just doesn't really get it. She doesn't get that it's kind of like downtime for me. So I'm going to give it a shot and try to maybe read a chapter or two. Maybe I'll even go to bed early tonight so that I can get a decent chunk of this done. We're so close. The end is in sight. I can feel it. I feel like I'm right there with Nesta. I need it to be over. I need to get to the end of it. If you've read the book, you know what that it is. Hello, baby girl. Yeah. I'm a mess. What the hell? Oh, got it. Got it. You guys. You guys. My pumpkin friends. Because that's what I say on my community tab. So I really ought to start doing it more often in my videos. My book lovers, my acotar fans. I still stand by a lot of the critique I had earlier about this book, but man, this was an emotional roller coaster ride. Was it my favorite in the series? Don't come for me, but no. And that is primarily because while I love Nesta, I hated how she was broken down in this book. You might feel differently, but I feel like she was completely broken down and molded so that she would fit in better with the inner circle and Cassian. Never been a huge fan of the Bat Boys, and I gotta tell you, after reading this, I'm even less of a fan of Cassian. I think the way he treats Nesta in this book makes me personally very uncomfortable for personal reasons that I won't disclose. Like I said, without giving too much away, it reads very Stockholm Syndrome to me, with Nesta's self-worth in question throughout this entire book, which I related so much to her. It was very painful at times to read her self-loathing and the thoughts that she has about herself. But it doesn't help that, quite frankly, there's plenty of instances in this book where the inner circle, and Cassian in particular, because this is meant to be a romance, treats her like shit. It made this a really difficult read for me. It took me an extra long time to read. Yes, it's a very thick book. It's over 750 pages. I think it would have been a far more interesting take on Sarah Maas's part if she had made Nesta choose from Rhysand, because yes, he's the High Lord who gives the women in acotar choices. The best sarcasm I have at the moment. I think it would have been far more interesting if Nesta had chosen the second route and decided to go to the human lands and ended up with the Band of Exiles, Lucian, Vesa, Jurian? I'm blanking on his name. And began her healing without the inner circle or Cassian's influence. That would have been far more intriguing to me. And I probably would have torn through this book so much quicker. I just, after 5 books, I'm tired of the Night Court. I'm really hoping if Elaine's book is next, logically it makes sense to have Elaine's book next. I hope that her character's journey takes us out of the Night Court finally and has us start to explore other courts and other minor characters that pop up in this book. For the first time, we got to see a little more of Eris, Lucian's older brother from the Autumn Court. Again, please don't hurt me in the comments, but Nesta and Eris, the very few pieces of dialogue and interaction that they have in this 750-page book, they had such a more interesting dynamic than Nesta and Cassian do. I know there's so many fans out there that feel differently, including my sister. This is her favorite in the series. Is it my favorite? No. Was I happy to get away from Feyre's point of view? To be honest, yes. I wish Nesta's journey felt more rewarding in the end. It felt contrived, honestly. Again, I don't want to give spoilers. In the beginning of this book, Nesta ends up having to go to the House of Wind at the Night Court. The Inner Circle sends her there. They basically give her an ultimatum to go there or to go to the human lands. And because, according to Feyre, her younger sister, but also the Inner Circle, they're not happy with her drinking and screwing around since she became High Fae against her will. This is her trauma and this is her way of dealing with it, which, yeah, it's not healthy, but it's pretty hypocritical if you've read the other 4 books. Because for starters, Mor, who is a member of the Inner Circle, literally there is no scene with her in these books where she's not at least holding a glass of wine. Feyre is always opening bottles of wine. There's even one point where during the winter solstice, when Cassie and Nesta are kind of together at that point, and they both go to meet with the Inner Circle and have a celebration, and Cassian insists on them staying the night because he knows he's going to get too drunk to take Nesta home later to the House of Wind. Pretty hypocritical for them to pass judgment on Nesta for drinking too much, which, by the way, I half wonder Sarah J. Maas doesn't have a lot of experience with actual alcoholism, because once Nesta gets to the House of Wind, her dealing with alcohol is like mentioned once and then never again. It's not even that, she has the sweats or she's going through withdrawal symptoms. It's just that she really wants to get out of the house. Don't quote me on this, but I think very, very early on when she's first held there, she asks this magical house that she's in basically to give her some wine, and the house refuses. But that's it. And then when she's around the rest of the Inner Circle when they're drinking, she doesn't have, none of her triggers come up. There's no I can't be around that. That's not healthy for me. And there's certainly no consideration from her sister Feyre or Cassian, her mate, or anybody else in the Inner Circle. We sent Nesta off to the House of Wind to recoup from her drinking. And yet we're all, maybe we ought to go this solstice celebration not having any wine. I find them so hypocritical. And there's also certain things that Cassian, Amryn especially, who, I'm sorry.
Amryn is a total bitch in this book.
But that's a whole other side rant. But there's certain things that the characters say to Nesta at her lowest points in this book that to me are just unfathomable when you know somebody's going through a really, really hard time. There's a certain point in this book, and if you've read it, you know, that Nesta is truly at her lowest. And the way Cassian treats her, to me, is honestly unforgivable. It is so horrifying to me that's why it took me so long to read this book. I almost DNF'd it. Their relationship, her relationship with the inner circle and the rest of the characters, it's just not healthy. Even though Sarah J. Maas attempts to like wrap it all up at the end, it just left me feeling so empty. I feel like her characterization was like assassinated in this book. And I know that's very, very critical. And I know there's gonna be acotar fans that are gonna come for me. But if you don't like spice, this is the heaviest spice in all the books. And I'm by no means a prude. I like my spice, but even I at certain points was like,
okay, we get it. You're both kinky with each other, like.
Let's move this plot along. One of the few things I did really love was the sisterhood. Friends, Emery and Gwen, that Nesta made outside of the inner circle. However, the inner circle, of course, still has their influence because both Ezreal and Cassian are working with them. You know, they're all working together and training together. So I feel like in future books, they're just going to be tied in again and roped in with the Night Court. I would love to see Nesta break away from them. It would have been a bolder choice on Sarah J. Maas's part to make Nesta go to the human landscape and do her healing all on her own and come back that much stronger to deal with the inner circle, because there's a lot of bullshit. There's a lot of bullshit with the inner circle that, again, I won't go on another side rant about, but that's my takeaway. I felt like the plot was lacking at certain points. I felt like it was dragging along. There was a lot of scenes of sex that I felt were just gratuitous rather than like moving the plot along that I could have done without. And again, I like my smut as much as the next girl, but even I like had my fill of it. And I think a lot of that too is because like, Nesta deserves so much better. Sorry, there, I said it. Oh my God, I'm gonna get annihilated in the comments. I am going to move on finally to something else. Now, I will let you guys know in a future reading vlog. Hope you enjoyed my first ever reading vlog on this channel. If you did, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Even if you don't agree with my acotar opinion. Seriously, I would really appreciate it, because even though like reading is just a hobby of mine, it's not something I've shown on this channel. So anyway, feel free to subscribe because it'll encourage me to do some more reading vlogs in the future. I definitely had fun with this, even though my emotions were like all over the place. And I did go on a couple little tangents. The kind of reader I am, I get very tied to these characters and I get very emotional. I'm just an emotional person in general. So hope you are all doing well wherever you are. And I will see you guys again soon in a new video. Bye for now. Where was I going with that? Oh my God, I completely lost my train of thought. Where was I going with that?